Good morning. Hello, hello. It is Saturday morning, December 5 in this year to change all years, 2020. And it's 10 o'clock Eastern. And for December, we're trying this as a time to get together. So if you're watching the video, thank you. Please like and subscribe and follow and whatever applies to the platform where you're seeing it. I have a bunch of cards here. It's not that I was without focus. I was just in a mood for experimenting. Maybe. Good morning, Eileen. How are you? Good to see you. I'm thinking, and I will change if you give me input. If you would like a card, I'm thinking to use the Carolyn Myss cards today. Carolyn Myss's Archetype cards. It's a massive deck. It gives me so much good exercise to shuffle them. Just to see what kind of energy is around us for the rest of the year and to see if we can learn anything from that. My deck, the Wisdom of the Garden Path, is close at hand, and I have some cute little other cards too that we can get to maybe if we need to, if we decide to, if we are instructed to, however that goes. Anyway, yes, so ask and I will draw, and I will maybe see you this afternoon. I'm going to an online event that I imagine you at least know about and will probably be at, which is kind of cool. I like that. It's a funny time for me, but it works. Time zones, what you gonna do? All right, Lorianne, hello. Oh no, that's horrible. Do you want a card while you're? Are you plugged in? Are you recharging it, or are you waiting for a taxi or something else? Not fun. I'm so sorry, Laurie. That's not nice. So I'm shuffling Carolyn Myss's Archetype cards, and I will draw one to find an energy that is with you for the rest of the year, if you so wish. Without your permission, I will not draw for you. That's just how I roll. We're getting into winter weather here in Ottawa. It's very overcast. The sky looks as though you could reach up and touch it. It's so low. Very gray and very, oh, wait a minute, there's comments here that I haven't seen. Hello, Cheryl. I think you've been here before. That's a lovely name. I love how you spell it. It's delightful. Kathleen, can I have a card, please? Yes, that's what I'm waiting for. So a guy in his jumper coming for Laurie. Oh, but there's nothing worse than a cold winter morning and a dead battery. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. Okay, Cheryl, I see you say yes, and I see Eileen say yes. So here we go. Kathleen was first, and huge deck. I'm gonna start by dividing to see whether your cards are in the left or the right hand. This is for Kathleen. Okay. Looking at Carolyn Myss's Archetype cards, Kathleen. So just seeing what energy is with you the rest of this year. Story of your life, Kathleen. I know enough to know. The Mediator. It reads, a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. respect for both sides of the argument, which is absolutely true. I know enough about you that that is who you are. You are able to see all sides and be very fair and deal with the argument rather than the personalities. And evidently for the rest of the year you're going to be doing some more of that. I don't think that's a surprise. I think you knew that. I really, really do. Okay, so the next person said yes was Cheryl. Ooh. Okay, you can let me know in the comments if this makes sense for what's going on for you. Kathleen puts a different card. I love it. This is for Cheryl, and you got the Knight, and it reads loyalty, romance, and chivalry, and a love of honor. So I don't know if there's some place where you're being called that. Love of honor is kind of a need to take, or a call to take the high road. And if that doesn't make any sense, you can let me know. There's the shadow on this is allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle or romantic delusions. I like to believe that people who come to my readings don't live on the shadow side, but there may be somebody in your sphere, in your in your energy field who is expressing that kind of energy. Kathleen, you're bad. I've got another deck. I'll draw one for you in a minute. Okay, Eileen. Let's see how we're going. Okay, everybody came in together, and I'm gonna have time for lots of stuff, so this is good. Eileen. Oh, interesting. Okay, I have no idea how this applies to your life. The Liberator, and it reads, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So I'm not sure how that applies to you. On the shadow side, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. I don't believe you're in that shadow. I don't believe you're in any shadow. I certainly don't believe you're imposing any kind of tyranny on anybody. I'm really not sure. The blue color, of course, is throat chakra, so it's sometimes about communication. So whether there's some place where you're freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, if you're reading or writing or journaling in a way that is getting out some of the old programming, maybe it's about that. I don't know. That's very interesting. You never know where Carolyn Myss will take you. I really don't. Okay, Kathleen, such a deal I have for you. I have, this is a deck. It's this I didn't think of you when I pulled them out of the tote, but you know, this is Kathleen mediating all to the end of the year. All right, so I'm going to see what I'm led to for Kathleen for the rest of the year. And if anybody else wants one of these, that's well within the realms. Let me know. Okay. So this says, oh, Kathleen, I love you so much. It says, a good scream. And on the other side, it reads, sometimes we just need a good scream. Remember, a good screamologue directed at no one is often more effective than a dialogue or monologue. And there's a lovely picture of a meadow in the sunshine, and the idea of primal scream, the idea of mattress beating to get the frustration out. I'm so sorry, Kathleen. I thought this would be an uplift, and but it's true. It's so true. I know that just exactly fits with what's going on in your world, and you know your sometime if you like, you can park your car in my driveway and sit and scream. I won't report you to anybody. I don't know where else you could go to scream, but cars are good for that kind of solitude. Oh, that's brutal. Brutal, brutal. I guess, it says in so many ways that what's going on with you, this is the path that you intended, and it's you are working through things that we're all learning from, and you're learning from, and it's a wonderful thing. Good morning, Tanya. Good to see you. Very good to see you. I know you've had a birthday this week. Many happy returns. Very cool. This morning, if you would like a card, I'm starting with um, Carolyn Mace's Archetypes deck, just to see what energy is around us for the rest of the year. So you can let me know if you would like one. I've also got some sort of affirmations for women, well, people who work too much or do too much. A Ann Wilson Schaef deck, which, if you give me permission for any card, I will take that to be for either or both. Okay, Tanya. Oh, okay. So many things here. Okay, the card is the Rebel. The Rebel challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Can't imagine that would be coming to you, Tanya, she said. All right. So it's a very the shadow attribute is rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. I don't believe that's true. Maybe when you were a teenager, but I don't think you're living in the shadow at all. I think you're very much living in the light, and that's very cool. And the idea that you would challenge authority to effect social change. It's not about just rebelling for rebelling's sake. I think that fits really, really well. Makes sense to me. So for the rest of the year, you're going to be challenging authority. I think that's possible. And rejecting spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. This time of year, there is so much pseudo-religiosity that's going on. And I feel confident saying that you're not going to take that on board. No. You will do what serves your inner needs and the needs of your family and all of that, right? Okay. Tanya. Am I going to... I didn't draw a second card for Cheryl or Eileen. And Lorianne's waiting for a man with a jumper. Okay. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, Marcel, are you here? Okay. So I'm gonna pull a people who do too much card for you, Tanya. Oops, I got two. What's this one? Oh, nice. Okay, you got the accomplishments card. And it says, today is an awareness day for what I've accomplished. A celebration is in order, which is absolutely true. That completely makes sense to me. Eileen, absolutely yes. And Marcel hasn't shown up yet. So we'll wait on that. Very cool. All right, I'm just gonna play and have fun today. Are you still here, Cheryl? Because I will draw another one for you if you're still around from this deck instead. Awesome and true, Tanya says. I like that. Yes, absolutely. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day stuff and forget to celebrate. I had somebody was here yesterday that got the celebrate card, and yeah, there's so much. This is for Eileen. And Eileen gets, oh, respecting our anger. That's an interesting kind of a concept. It reads, oh, Tanya, you're so good. Thank you. When we respect our anger and deal with it, we discover doors into our inner being that weren't obvious to us before. What? You got the liberator. So we're there's some kind of self-awareness and self-liberation thing going on. I don't know if you do any personal writing or journaling or anything like that, Eileen. And I don't know of any specific issues that you're working through, but that's not the relationship that you and I have. So it may be that you've got stuff. Spirit is telling you that this is a good time to be doing that, the work of liberation, which, whoops, where is it? The liberation card, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, putting that into terms of when we respect and deal with our anger, we discover doors to our inner being that weren't obvious to us before. That is an awful lot about personal work and self-knowledge and self-honoring and moving through whatever it is. Certainly we can all benefit from a phrase like liberating from anger. Those go together really, really well. Maybe you should, Eileen. I don't know. It's so interesting. It feels to me those cards so separate, two completely different decks, and yet they seem to fit together with a very similar message. So I think Spirit might be speaking to you, which is kind of why we do this, right? That's very cool. Maybe you should start. You could, even if we can talk. Sounds good. All right. Where's old Tanya Lee's family? They are quiet people. Cheryl didn't. It may be that she left after the first card. So if you're here, Cheryl, let me know, and I will draw for you again. We're 20 past 10. Much faster start than when I was opening at 9:30. I think 10 is a better choice for sure. And it's so lovely to see you. Let me look. I've got people in. I've got people in Ottawa and Gatineau, which is logical. I've got Detroit. I've got Chicago. I have no idea, Cheryl, where you are in the physical world. Okay. All right. So, commercial break time? No? Oh, hello. Francis. If you would like a card, let me know and I will draw for you. It kind of looks as though you're part of Tanya's family from what I'm seeing. Very cool. Welcome. It is so nice to have you here. I'm using Carolyn Myss's card deck today, finding the energies that are around us for the rest of the year and things that Spirit wants to highlight for us. What do we need to know today? Kind of an idea. But I won't draw for you, Francis, without your express permission. You mama! Well, thank you for delivering Tanya into the world. Tanya's awesome. And that's lovely. All right, I see you say please. So, for Francis. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to get into some deep stuff here. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So Francis is a family name. All right. So cousin Francis. Um, you've drawn the bully card, which reads, it highlights your tendency to intimidate people and helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, which is not nearly as negative as it initially sounds like. I choose to believe you're not wandering in the streets punching people. But the ability, the tendency, the attitude that intimidates people, sometimes a very strong personality is intimidating to others, and it could be that you're having to navigate a world and a workplace where people are intimidated by your energy, by your intellect, by your abilities, whatever it is. And it could be that they cast you as a bully. Spirit is saying for you to be aware of that and to, hello, Tammy, yes. For you to be aware of that and to look inside, to help you confront the inner fears that bully you. So it's about some introspection around what it is within you that very often with intimidating people, and especially with smart and clever people, there's kind of a barrier where you're putting on the role, where you're not that you're presenting a mask, because I don't think you are, but you have learnt to keep a really strong boundary in order to protect your own vulnerability. Brene Brown is your assigned reading now. Um, just no, you're not late, Marcel. It's all good. Um, there's the shadow attribute of the bully is about concealing deep fears behind verbal and physical abuse. And you can see it's a picture is of a storm cloud, blowing wind, which, you know, who has seen the wind? It has an enormous impact. We can watch the deck chairs fly by, but we can't actually see the wind. So there's that base of unseen power that is having an impact out in the greater world, and there's something for you there. My goodness, Eileen's been told to start journaling, and I guess you're being invited to spend some time in introspection. And since you're new, you haven't heard my sermon on having a quiet practice. And whether it's meditation or prayer or doing something physical, if you like to run or cycle and get into the zone where you can hear the voice of wisdom, and you can be, don't wear the earplugs, don't be listening to music, listen to spirit, your soul, your natural wisdom, however you want to call it, your deep self will communicate with you. And I think that card may very well be an invitation for you to do some of that work. All right, that was Cousin Francis. All right, so Tammy came in next and would love a card. And then Marcel is here. Let me know, Marcel, that you would like a card. You're not too late. I'm delighted you're here. Thank you so much. Tammy. Have you been here before, Tammy? It just occurred to me that I often have twisted in my brain when I get email from her and when different things happen. I mix up Tanya and Tammy as a name, and I think I've got it. I'm just getting Tanya wrong. I didn't realize she had a sister called Tammy. That's very cool. All right, you have been here before? It is, all right. So I'm not quite as ancient and dreadful as I thought. This is for Tammy. Ooh. We got the Queen. Radiates the regal feminine. Uses her benevolent authority to protect others. I have no idea what's going on in your life that would come up for the rest of the year. I guess Spirit has an expectation that you will be living your best self, and using your benevolent authority to protect others. That sounds a lot like a lot of family holiday seasons. I hope you're not called on too much to protect anybody, but there we go. The shadow attributes can become arrogant when her authority is challenged, can be controlling and demanding. That also sounds like a lot of family holiday seasons that I've witnessed. I think, and I keep saying, I don't believe people who are here this morning are living on the shadow side, but there's being aware of both sides of the coin is always important too. And you will maybe know much better than I do what how that applies to your life. I like that. Radiates the regal feminine. So I hope that means that you are very centered and settled and grounded in yourself and who you are, and if not, then there's work that you're called to, right? Because wouldn't you like to go through? I would love to go through life radiating the regal of my personality. That's really kind of a cool phrase. I like that. All right, Tanya, it's all very well for your parents to mix us up. My mother, we were only two children in the house, and Mum still managed to have a long list of names to go through before she got to the right one. The cat was included. So I can see where Tanya and Tammy that would happen. I don't understand why that would happen to me. I don't know you. Or I know you this much. Certainly not the way a family member would know you. That's so odd. Okay, so I am reading next for Marcel. Marcel would love a card. Oh, now I've got a card that's volunteered. I choose no. Okay, I think that one's for me. Mm-hmm. Oh, Marcel, this is lovely, lovely energy with you till the end of the year. This is the Eternal Child. There are several child cards in here, the Wounded Child and the Divine Child and whatever. The Eternal Child, delightful. It says determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, the ability to see things with fresh eyes. That whole that oh, we talk about seeing it through, so seeing things through a child's eyes, seeing things fresh and new, and we can do that. I can do that at my extreme age, and anybody can at any age, just to sort of step out of experience and see things fresh and new. That is the energy of the Eternal Child, right? That's lovely, finding the joy in things, because when you're a child everything is new. Now the shadow attribute is an inability to grow up and be responsible, um, an extreme dependency on others. That again, I don't oh, I love they're floating over sunflowers, and I love sunflowers. In my deck, the sunflower is the curiosity card. So that idea of the eternal child, asking why, tell me why. Um, really, really nice energy, and I another gentle suggestion. This is the energy that's with you the rest of the year. Be conscious of using fresh eyes, using looking at people with soft eyes, right? That just accepting willingness to be with new situations, and see things fresh and new. I really like that. All right. People stop coming in. Yes, I hear you, Tanya. Samuel was the cat at the time. All right, so I'm gonna backtrack. Tanya, I drew one of these for you. You're a rebel. Okay, so after Tanya came Francis. I don't think Francis got one of these cards. So I'm gonna draw for Francis, cousin Francis. Mm. This is the one. It says, okay, what did you get, Francis? I'm confused now because I've got too much on the go. Giving up frantic. What was Francis? Was that the bully card? That would make sense. Giving up frantic, and there's a teapot and teacups. Two of them. You might have to have a tea party over Zoom, but whatever. I see you're still there. Good, good, good. We may have believed in the past that anything worth doing was worth doing frantically. We can learn that frantic isn't necessary to get the job done. That so informs the bully card, Francis, doesn't it? If if your energy has been on that high, that can so be interpreted interpreted by other people as intimidating and difficult and hard. Take a tea break, sit by the fire, have a cup of tea, do it with Zoom. I'm 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. I don't know if you're in this time zone. You're part of a family that I know one bit is in the time zone. I'm in the Eastern zone, so right now it's 10:36. On Tuesdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, I do a free Zoom session that we do some sort of a meditation. I play a track, or I deliver a visualization and some nice music and just some calm and some breath. And it's a really nice break. And I would invite you to be a part of that. Make sure you get on my website, on my newsletter list, and or indeed, um, Tanya has the link. It's an evergreen link to my Zoom. All right, you're welcome, Marcel. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to start with Tammy. Same time zone. Okay, so 2 o'clock Tuesday. If you can, that would be lovely. It's not one that I video. Nobody else is. I don't record it at all. All right, so this is for Tanya's sister, Tammy. My family, it's Janice and Janet. Janice with an ICE, Janice with an IS. There's scads of them. Scads. Okay. All right. So for Tammy, accepting feelings. And it reads, feelings are just that, feelings. They let us know when something isn't right. It's what we do with them that matters. So your card was the Queen. Accepting feelings, perhaps, I don't know. Gosh, we could do an hour on that, couldn't we? I really like it though. So same picture both sides. It is if you're familiar with the teachings of Abraham Hicks, there's a phrase that I got from Abraham Hicks. It may have come from somewhere else, but talk about the emotional GPS. And that when we have a really negative mood or attitude or emotion, it's because it's our body, our energy, our soul trying to tell us to get back to the highlighted route because we're off. And when we're en route, we're happy and everything is good and we're going forward. But our emotions are the feedback loop that tell us when things are wrong. So accepting feelings, accepting and using them appropriately, right? They're only feelings. They let us know when something isn't right. It's what we do with them that matters. So, you know, we can listen to Emily in the car tell us, please proceed to the highlighted route, and we can turn the other way. We're not going to get feeling any better, and the thing is going to get really annoying and won't be a happy time. So there's Spirit wants you to know something for sure. Okay, so then Regina, hello, welcome. Yes, absolutely. Now, Marcel, I'm going to do you one from this deck, and then I will do Regina's first card from the other deck. And we will... What was Marcel's card? The Queen... Oh, the Eternal Child, yes. Okay, how do we amplify that energy and instruct? Does it need amplification? Maybe it just needs a little reinforcement. Okay, I'm getting old. Oh, all right. Wow, this is your guides are really determined. You got this card, right? The Eternal Child, staying in touch. This one you got feeling awe, and it reads, I have only to look around me to remember the feeling of awe I had as a child. Wow, that's giving me goosebumps, and I do this all day long. That's amazing. Amazing. That is just wow. Incredible. Truly incredible. All right. I think the message is clear for Marcel. Now then, Regina, right, Tanya? Right? Isn't that amazing? Honestly, couldn't do it deliberately if you tried. You really couldn't. Regina, this first cards are coming from Carolyn Myss's deck. Ooh, Regina. We have, this is a trigger word for a lot of people, but it's not a bad card. There's nothing wrong with this. It's about the energy, not about the reality. You have the Slave, and it reads, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So that whole, Ian, hi, good to see you. Absolutely, you may have a card. Regina, this is yours. There's some place where you are resisting the inevitable, and you know, if you're walking in a straight line and there's a brick wall there, and you you insist on continuing to walk forward, you're going to hit and you're going to hurt yourself, and no amount of walking into bricks is going to make anything change. You are required to turn and walk along the wall until you can find the gate, right? So it may be your choice to go forward, but sometimes you just have to give that up. And this card is calling for you to surrender your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. You have to walk along the wall trusting there's going to be a gate. And if you pause before you move again, after you've been stopped by the wall, go within, quiet practice, whatever that is, and hear the wisdom and the truth of whether to turn left or to turn right. And know with complete trust that your connection to the divine will lead you the right way. Okay, so I don't know what's going on for you, Regina, but there we go. The shadow is giving your willpower to an external authority out of a fear of making your own choices. I don't think you're living in the shadow, but this is exactly what I said. This is not about then phoning home and saying, should I go left or should I go right, and letting somebody else make the decision, because you know, you are connected and you know what is the way for you to go. So don't be a slave to somebody else's ideas. Be a willing participant in connecting to the divine energy that's coming for you. All right. So very, very quickly for Regina, you need to make an appointment and come see me. We spent some time together. Your card for people who do too much says, okay, truth speaking. It says, when we speak the truth as best we can, we're adding to the healing energy of the universe. And I think truth telling is often a very big part of relationships coming to an end. So I absolutely don't discount that in any way. Ian, thank you for being here. Delightful. Yes, yes, I know you're there. I do. It is okay. There's weird jumping in the timeline. Oh, Regina has no. Okay, I was going to say Regina has. Oh, maybe yes. Okay. All right. I see what happened. It's all good. Okay, Ian, we're doing Carolyn Myss's Archetype cards. I think it's the one on the end. Okay. The Pioneer. A passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Bright ideas, and I think very applicable to you, applicable to a lot of changes that are happening now because of uh, keeping everybody safe in this time of COVID. The shadow of this is a compulsive need to keep moving on, and I don't think that I think your compulsions completely under control. You're not living in the shadow. You're you're it is Marcel, a great card for Ian. Um, the the that image of the light bulb with the heart in it, that bright idea that is completely rooted in love and respect for the people involved, and for this for working for the highest good of all, even though you're going in a direction that no one has gone before. I know your schooling is underway and forever under reorganization because of systems and things, but um, you are treading into new territory around yourself and introspection and self-understanding, and doing that with bright ideas and love and compassion is very important too. So I think, and certainly I do believe, that the rest of this year, that's where you're going. Your the counseling that you do, both where you are holding space for other people on Monday nights, and also the work that you're doing individually and your personal journey. I think that speaks to all of it. And we're going to see if it is enhanced by one of these cards from somebody, Schaef. Could it be about counseling, Ian? The card you get is seeking advice. Love it. Pioneer seeking advice. And it reads, when we ask for advice, we're usually not yet willing to accept the answers we already have within ourselves. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. There, can you see it? When we ask for advice, we're usually not yet willing to accept the answers we already have within ourselves. So, you know stuff. I know you know stuff, and you know stuff about yourself, but like most of us, we don't fully trust what we know within ourselves. So we seek advice from outside, and that just affirms and confirms and gives us permission to listen to the own inner voice. I think that that the pioneer goes very well with that. That's such a fascinating combination. The pioneer with a passion for doing and creating that which has not been done before, and then seeking advice. That's so human, isn't it? You want to forge ahead, but let me just check in and make sure. I think that fits. I do. You might argue with me, and you're totally allowed to do that because it's your life, so you know better than I do. Um, that is very cool, though. Very nice. And I hope you're still there. You've gone quiet. My feed has stopped moving. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, who else is here? Oh, great cards which resonate. Good, good. Trust in your inner knowledge. Absolutely. You know, and you know when we get into that quiet space and some of the Tuesday meditations and stuff. There's so much there. So much there. Um, and it's yours, and you can use it and know it and feel confident in it. So yes, I'm glad those resonate. That is neat. I'm going ahead Tuesday, 2 o'clock my time. So if you can be there, I'd love it. They've been very, very small groups lately, and that's okay because sometimes I get to spend an hour with somebody, and I like that. Even with the meditation, there's still lots of time. All right, how are we doing? We have 7 more minutes. I didn't draw a community card. Didn't draw a community card yesterday either, which is interesting. I guess it was just really busy. So I'm thinking if I maybe this one. Oh, okay. So for the community, and if you're watching the video, this is for you. And if you're looking here, I'm so glad, Tanya. Good. Tell the world. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So Ian and Tanya gonna be there, and somebody else said they would. Tammy, was it Francis? I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry. So the community card for people watching video, for people who are lurking and not speaking up. This is yours. Oh, wonderful, Francis. Fabulous. I like it. We will do something very, very. It's always very easy. There's no such thing as a difficult meditation because it's about being where you are. All right, community card. We have pulled from the Carolyn Myss deck. We have pulled the Gossip, which reads, "It awakens your consideration for the feelings of others." Which, if you think about gossip and that talking behind people's backs and not considering, being really inconsiderate about their feelings. This card is about awakening to that and being aware of what you say about other people and how that's going to impact and ripple. I saw a post this week on something where somebody said, if you make rude comments about Elliot Page, and if you don't know who Elliot Page is, you can Google that. If you're making rude comments about Elliot Page, Elliot will never see them. But be sure that the children and the people in your circle, and your close community, they are going to hear and they're going to pay attention. So being considerate of the feelings of others when when we talk about other people, to do it in terms of compassion and looking at where they are and what they're doing, honoring trust. If you've been given information or you've been trusted with information, yeah, no, don't take that to town. The shadow of this is thriving on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. I don't believe people in my community that would be getting a community card would be living like that, or and if they have in the past, and goodness knows we've all got a past and we've all done things like that, that they're now in, you are now, we are now in a situation where we can look back and go, yeah, I didn't know any better, now I do, and I'm living in the light. And that's an awesome thing. Good card. I like that. I'm not crazy about the picture, but somebody spewing darkness into somebody else's ear. Carolyn Myss, I love these cards. I had the enormous good fortune to attend an event in, oh, cards turned around, 2011, 2012, I went to Boston, Massachusetts to attend a thing with Carolyn Myss, and it was a huge and wonderful learning experience. Wayne Dyer was there too. He was promoting his Wishes Fulfilled book and everything that went with it. A part of the Wishes Fulfilled tour, I guess. Why am I saying this? Okay, good, Marcel. Yes, love the community card. It's always a wonderful thing. And while you're here, Marcel, I think this might be your first time here. I would ask you, please like and follow this page in Facebook, and for other people who are seeing this to do the same. And if you're watching this at a later time on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, because there's other stuff there too. My website, joleath.com, joleath.com. I do have a newsletter, and actually on the Facebook page, I have a pinned post at the top of the page where you can sign up for my newsletter. And then you get things like the links to the meditation and information of where I'm going and what I'm doing. I have enormous plans for January. I'm so looking forward to the 5 energy of the new year, and the expansion that it brings. This year has been that practical 4 energy, solid foundation building, putting down a base. And I've done that. I've learned a lot of software. I've learned a lot of things. I've figured out a whole bunch of stuff. And in January, I'm going to be much busier in a visible way. Expanding the number of the Zooms, the webinars, the workshops, that kind of thing that I do. And it probably will mean a little bit of reducing the number of days I'm available for one-on-one appointments, but I am still available. Oh, and you can give somebody can you see that? I have gift certificates available. They can be done digitally for a distance for this holiday season if you're giving gifts. They're priced at my regular prices of $50 for half an hour and $95 for the full hour. Although the time I'm not a very good timekeeper. It tends to go over. If you buy 4 of these, you will get 5. So you get to get yourself a freebie if you're handing those out. And it can be done. I do have postcards that I can mail to you that you can put in an envelope under a tree. A lot of people aren't doing any of that. So if you prefer, I can do a digital code that you can send on to your gift recipient. And it's all good that way. All right. What else? What else? I'm at 59 minutes and 36 seconds. Sometimes I actually finish the video on the hour. It does happen. thank you everybody for being here. I've had fun. I really have. Um, and thank you, Tanya, for filling up the room. That has been enormous fun to work with your family. I like it, and I'm sure I'm going to see some of you again. So I'm going. I will be back on Tuesday for the Zoom, 2 o'clock. Friday, 2 o'clock here on Facebook for a live. Next Saturday at 10 o'clock on Facebook for a live. Um, and I am available. You through the contact us or contact me or however it is on the website. You can get a hold of me and we can make an appointment, get together if you're interested in that. And in the meantime, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for thanking me. In the meantime, stay home if you can. Stay safe when you have to go out. And namaste to you all. See you again.